Chris Vlachos, class of 1983. Before I read of Chris, I just want to announce to those guys who were here from the class of '83 that their teammate, Tom Johnson, who was suffering from Hodgkin's disease, has received his last treatment. He's recovering and doing well, and I wanted to make sure all you guys knew that. Chris Vlachos grew up on the ice, nearly literally. He laced up his first pair of skates at the age of 4. By the time he turned 12, he had made his first All-Star team with the Boston Junior Whalers. He captained the West Junior High School team to an undefeated season and was named the team MVP. Chris reached Watertown High at a fortuitous time when Hall of Fame coach Dick Umili came on the scene. The Raiders had begun a long-term turnaround in which youth hockey players such as Chris and Jackie Hosworth and Joey McGinnis and Sean Reel would play a huge part in the growth of the Watertown High School program and Watertown High School tournament play. The 1981-82 squad reached the 500 mark, and Chris was named as a Middlesex League All-Star. But the next year, the goal was not 500, but postseason play. And with discipline and hard work, the team worked its way to up the Middlesex League standings. Chris, as captain, anchored the defense and added a timely offensive spark. He earned the respect of his teammates and opponents with both his play and by his untiring example of intensity. He was unafraid to go into the corners, to hit and to be hit. And Umili noted he's the kind of kid you'd want to go to war with. And the battles of the 1982-83 campaign began to go Watertown's way, jumping off to a 3-0 start. The Raiders ran off a 6-game unbeaten streak mid-season en route to a 12-4-2 regular season, and then off to the tournament. It was Watertown's first tournament team since 1948. And as assistant coach Artie Venezia noted, Chris was a leader. We looked up to him to show us how to win. Despite heavy competition, Watertown did just that. First, the Raiders took on the Northeast Conference champion Gloucester and dispatched them 5-2. Chris, despite a week battling a 103-degree fever, added 2 assists. Next came Catholic Conference champion perennial power St. John's. The Raiders came in as heavy underdogs but played their hearts out. We didn't intend to just show up, Umili declared, and indeed his squad took a 3-1 second period lead behind goals by Chris, Fred Coleman, and Frank Cousineau. Goalie Reel turned away an astounding 44 shots. And though St. John's took a 5-3 lead in the third and held on to a 6-4 win, the Watertown High School upstarts had proved something to the league and to themselves. Chris was the team MVP and the league All-Star, and he and the other seniors had showed the team how to win. He continued to do that at the collegiate ranks. He captained the Salem State squad his junior and senior seasons, was named the team's most dedicated player as well as most valuable both years. He was only the 5th player in the history of Salem State hockey to repeat as an MVP. His junior year, he was named to the All-American team for Division II. He was a New England Hockey Writer Award winner twice and was an ECAC All-Star, and was in 1991 honored as Massachusetts State's College Athletic Conference Player of the Year. They won the Codfish Bowl his senior year, and Chris was the team MVP, was the tournament MVP. He averaged 7 goals a game, and the team finished 21-6-1. An accomplishment of which Chris is just as proud is that he matched his prowess on the ice, in the classroom, graduating on the Dean's List, and as a recipient of Salem State's Student Athlete Award for Academics. Chris currently lives in Watertown with his wife and 2 daughters. He has coached youth hockey and served as assistant coach at Watertown High School and at Salem State, and as freshman coach at Malden Catholic. He's quick to give credit to his former coaches for their role in his personal and athletic development, and to his family for their support and inspiration. But tonight, it's Chris Vlachos' night. He has earned the spotlight. Hall of Famer, class of 1983, Chris Vlachos.
A lot of pressure up here. People don't understand how much pressure. It's been a long 3 months, or actually about 2.5 months, since Artie Venezia called me about 11:15 at night, woke me out of a deep sleep, and told me that I made it to the Hall of Fame. And I was up for about 3 or 4 hours. I had my speech all set, and I was all ready to go. But I'm here tonight. I got about 6 things written down. Not that good. But this is it's a team effort. It's just not an individual honor. There's a lot of people involved in this award. First, I'd like to thank Bob Caprillion, the board of directors. Bob takes all the biographies together, and he writes all these things in the brochure, and he does a fantastic job. Thank you, Bob. Also, I'd like to thank all the board of directors, and a special thank goes out to Artie Venezia for all his hard work. Thank you, Artie. And congratulations to all the other inductees. Greg Luck is going to be in there for hockey. It's nice to have him. And also Gene Renzi is a friend of the family. His brother, Jay Renzi. Special thanks to Jay. Jay used to be the president of CCM, and he used to take my brother and I up to Buffalo, New York, and outfit us with every single thing imaginable a hockey player would want. And he told me I had to say that, but growing up, it's tough, and it's tough to afford that equipment. And special thanks to you, sir, and it's good to see you. It's quite an honor to be here tonight and to get inducted to the Hall of Fame, especially being the part of the group that we were all in. We all grew up together, and we all pretty much stayed together, and we went through the hockey ranks of Watertown youth hockey together. I'd like to mention, Joey McGinnis, another Hall of Famer, George Salvetti, Mark Kazosian, and the '84 hockey team. A big part of success, of course. I mean, hockey's such a team sport. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for teammates. Coming in as a sophomore, it's tough. I mean, you're kind of getting beat on in the locker room and this and that. But, special thanks go out to guys like Bill Avages and Ed O'Brien. Junior year, Dave Taney, Joe Hosworth, and Kevin Dickey. Then coming to my senior year, there was a lot of expectations for us. We didn't win too much coming through the ranks, going through junior high and high school, but it was really nice to end my career on that note of making the the tournament team. But the people I played with, the Jack Hosworth, Joe McGinnis's, Tom Johnson, Stephen O'Reilly, Dan Sackos, special Charlie Jacopo, good friend of mine. We grew up together, and especially a kid who's not in the Hall of Fame yet, but I'm sure he'll be in within the next couple of years, is goalie Sean Reel. Sean was a vital part of our team. He was just a fantastic goalie. We were watching some of the films, Jack Hosworth and I, our '83 team, and Sean Reel was just unbelievable. And